Continuing on with this lot, I'm just going to reactivate COGO, and recording is still turned on. And I'm also going to turn off the toggle to draw lines and curves, because now what I'd like to do is I'd just like to place some house corners from swing ties off of the property lines. So I'm just going to activate COGO, and I want to enter from point 2, and I'm going to use the bearing from 2 to 1 at an offset of 20 feet to the left. And to offset, you need to use the percent sign. And since we are offsetting to the left, we need to have a negative for the distance. And we don't know a distance, but we do know, or we are wanting to solve for 0.5. But we do have another direction tie to the house corner, and we'll use the bearing from 4 to 1 with an offset of 20 feet to the right, or 25 feet to the right. And since we are offsetting to the right, it is not necessary to have a negative in. And we want to solve for 0.5. And description H for house. So you can see that point number 5 was calculated using swing ties from point 2 to 1 and 4 to 1 with offsets. Next, I want to place the next house corner, and that will be using a bearing and distance calculation. And I want to start from point 2, and we're going to use the bearing of 2 to 1 offset, so percent sign, and an offset of 22 to the left. So we'll need to input a negative here. And we don't know the distance from here, but we do want to solve for 0.6. And we have a distance of 40 for the second distance. And this is measured from 0.5. And it comes up with this first solution, and we want to say no. And now it asks for the second solution, and we want to say yes for this. And we'll leave the description H for house as well. And now I'm going to solve the third corner of the house, which would be 0.7, and we're going to enter from 0.6. And we're going to go at a bearing of 6 to 5. And we want to turn 90 degrees to the left, so we want to put negative 90 in for the bearing. And the distance is 30 feet. And we want to solve for 0.7, and description is H. And to solve for the last corner of the house, I'm going to use a distance calculation from 0.7 and point number 6 to calculate the position of house corner number 8. And if we want to enter from 0.7, and we don't know the bearing, but we do know the distance is 40.1, and we want to solve for 0.8, and the second distance we have is 30.2 that was measured, and that was measured from 0.6. And it asks for this first solution, and we want to say no, because that is not where we intended it to be. And it gives us the second solution, which is also not where I'd like it to be placed. I'm just going to say yes for this, and we're just going to have H as a description, and it looks like I have made a mistake with my calculation, and that is because I did not use the distance measured from point 0.5. I used the distance from 0.6, which is why I calculated 0.8 at this position, and I will fix this in the next video. Thanks for watching.